So you probably use these two terms a fair amount: competition and contestability. But to use them accurately, let's define them. Very simple definition: competition just refers to the number of firms in the market, and contestability is the barriers to entry in a market. So if a market has low barriers to entry, this would therefore mean it's a contestable market, and a great example of a contestable market is eBay stores, as fairly easy to set up. I'm pretty sure they're free. On the other side of the spectrum, a market with high barriers to entry, as you can imagine, is an uncontestable market, and some examples of them are just massive firms such as airlines, pharmaceuticals. As for example, if you wanted to start an airline firm, unless your parents are extremely wealthy, it would be quite difficult to. Now, you do need to know what type of profits contestable markets can make and how this differs between the time frames. Very similar to how monopolistically and perfectly competitive markets moved between the time frames. So, in the short run, in contestable markets, they can make a supernormal profit as their price or AR is greater than their average costs, but in the long run, they can only make normal profits, and this is actually due to hit and run competition, which now we'll explain. Let's get started. Initially, in this contestable market, there is an incumbent firm making a supernormal profit. And as you know, if there is a supernormal profit being made in the market, there is an incentive for firms outside the market to join. Why? As they want some of these supernormal profits. Now, due to contestable markets having low barriers to entry, it makes it fairly easy for new firms to join the market. Therefore, new firms enter the market, and we call this the hit part of the hit and run competition. Now, these new firms that have joined the market, they want to make their mark, and the way they do this is by undercutting the incumbent firm on price. This means consumers switch from the expensive incumbent firm to the cheaper new firms. Therefore, this steals the incumbent firm's supernormal profits. But the incumbent firm really isn't happy about this. So how does the incumbent firm respond to hit and run competition? The incumbent firm wants to get rid of the new entrants, and the way it does this by setting its price equal to its average costs. So the price the incumbent firm is selling at is equal to the cost of making that unit. And what does that sound like when price equals costs? That is normal profits. And now in the market, as there's only normal profits, the new firms run. So the new firms leave the market, as without those supernormal profits, there's no longer any incentive for firms to stay in the market.